Alright guys, decided I'd make another video here. Last time I made one of these videos driving. This dude told me in the comment section, he almost ripped my head off. He said something about why am I recording while driving. Look buddy, I'm using the phone holder thing. It plugs into your AC. I made those things for a reason. So anyway, I don't have much time, so this is kind of the only time I can make these kinds of videos. So today's video, I want to talk about 5 must-have Google applications for small business appliance repair companies. And I'll tell you why I became a fan of them. So when I started, let me fix this, sorry about that. I'll get this guy straightened out. You guys can't see me too good. Hold on, bear with me guys. The quality on this is shabby, but the content is A1. Let's put my seat up a little bit. Alright, so when I started with appliance repair, I used to buy those, what are they called? The invoices, you know, to write out my invoices, and I had to buy another cell phone with another line, and I bought a little Garmin. Well, guys, I want to let you know that Google, put the window up here. Again, sorry for the quality, but the content is what's key. Google, the guys at Google, they created apps that I run my entire company from. So let me break down the top 5 Google applications for your small appliance repair company. The first one is Google Voice. And for those of you that don't know what Google Voice is a application that allows you to get a secondary number, a secondary online number. It'll ring to your phone. You know what? I just pulled in. I'm about to grab some lunch. But before I go in here and grab something, let me talk to you guys normal. So Google created Google Voice, and what Google Voice is, it allows you to keep your existing phone. Say your phone number is 123456789. What Google Voice is it allows you to get a secondary number. Now, the good thing is that you can keep both phone lines on one phone. So when I started, you know, I didn't have a separation between the two. So I would have customers calling all the time, and you know, it just wasn't professional, you know. So what I did was I created a secondary number on Google Voice to separate the two lines, one personal, one business. And then another good thing is that what Google Voice allowed me to do was, when I had my receptionist working in the office, it would ring to the computer, you know, because it rings. If you have it installed in your desktop, your computer will ring. I have it on my tablet would ring, and my phone would ring. So it was really hard for me to miss a call from a customer because my receptionist was hearing it. If I was on a job, I was hearing it. So what Google Voice did was Google Voice was able to allow me to create 2 different lines. Okay, so that's number 1, Google Voice. You got to get that if you're on a budget and you don't want to pay for an expensive company. Like I had another company, I ain't gonna say their name, but I was paying them something like $60. And yeah, it had the little bells and whistles and the 1-800 number, and when they call, they could hear the music. But again, if you have the budget for that, do it. This video isn't intended to say that this is the end-all, be-all of the best phone app. This is just a phone. This is just a video if you are on a budget, and you know, you're just starting, you don't have the money. And even if you got the money and you just want to scale down on all the fancy bells and whistles and put more money in your pockets, it's up to you. I'm just giving it out. The second app that is a must is Google Sheets or Google Docs. Now let me explain what Google Docs and Google Sheets is. So it's like having Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, and it's all free. Now, what I did was I created Google Sheets, which is the equivalent of Microsoft Excel, and for free. What I did was I created sort of like a database of all my customers, it would say something like TMM orders, and my receptionist could add to it, my text could add to it, I could add to it, and it went across everyone's phone, their computer, their platform. It went across all the devices. So, we would get a call. The receptionist or yourself, if you're a one-man show, what he or she would do is they will put the name, they will put the model number, they will put the address, they will put the phone number, and then they will put the parts. And, I had it all, in columns like customer name, customer address, customer phone number. And what it allowed me to do was create a database, and it allowed me to actually see with time what's going on. And you could really make it very in depth. You could put how much money you made, how much was the part. You could add notes. Say you ordered a part, and the customer's calling you like, hey, how much longer? When you order stuff online, chances are they send you a tracking number. So what I was doing, I was taking the tracking number and I was putting it in my notes section. And if the customer, had a question, I would just click on that, because, I could deal with so many people. I don't remember when I ordered or anything like that. So I would just say, what's your name? Oh, my name is whatever. Oh, okay, cool. And then I would look on the Google Sheets for their name, and then I would look at the date, and then what I would do is I would go to the notes, and I would click on the notes, and it would have an ETA, and I'd say something like, ma'am or sir, your part is scheduled to come in, I don't know, tomorrow, today, whatever. But it just gave me clarity, because when you're doing with so much off your head, it's hard to keep track of when you ordered it, when it's coming, and all of that. And basically what I'm trying to get to is that with Google Sheets you can really create a really good free database with all the information you want to pack, as detailed as you want to put it, as organized as you want to get. It's like I said, if you're in the street or your wife is at home and she's running the books and everything, she could input data, you could input data, and it syncs across both accounts, her computer and your phone or your tablet or whatever you're inputting the data from. Another thing was it had PowerPoint and Excel. It just had all the works. So Google Docs is the second free Google application that it's a must-have if you're on a budget and you want to present yourself decently, and have tracks and records of your affairs or your business transaction. The third one is pretty self-explanatory. It's Google Maps. I use it all the time. I know some people might use Garmin and all of that. Look, if you're on a budget, Google Maps. It takes me all the places I need to go from point A to point B. Another thing about Google Maps is that, it records your history. So, say like I did a job for someone, or they said, hey, you've been to my house and you don't remember going to their house. Well, if you go type in the first couple of characters, like let's say she lives on 123 Joe Blow Avenue. All right, ma'am, I don't really remember being at your location. You type in 123. If you've been there, it'll show you a little clock like, yeah, you've been there. And if you haven't, it won't show you anything. So that it keeps track of your driving history, where you've been, and you don't have to buy a Garmin or a GPS or anything like that. So that's the third must-have app from Google that's for free. Okay, and Google, you better send me a little bit of sponsorship here. I'm giving you guys a lot of free promotion, but it's good stuff, and it's all fun, and it's all love. All right, number 4, Google Calendar. Very important, very good app. What Google Calendar does is, let's say you have a lot of customers and you have a lot of orders. Well, what Google Calendar does is it allows you to input appointments, You can put notes, you can put their address, you can put their phone number, you know, and it gives you clarity, you know, so you know what your day is. If you're just off the fly, like when I first started, I didn't know anything about keeping track of appointments and time windows. You know, I was all over the place. I'd make a mental note, like, yeah, I'll be there tomorrow between 2 and 4. And by the time I hung up, I had another 4 or 5 calls, and I'm like, yeah, I'll be there tomorrow 4 and 6, and oh, I'll be there Wednesday 3 to 5. And then by the time you're done, you're like, man, what did I have to do tomorrow 2 to 4? Well, what Google Calendar did was, again, it's free, and there's other apps. I want to stress that. So before you guys, you know, go ahead and kill me in the comment section, I want to let you know that there are other apps out there. This video, once again, is intended for the small guy on a budget, just starting, you know, don't have a lot to spend. And if you have a lot to spend and you want to scale down, okay, that's the purpose of this video. So what Google Calendar does is it gives you clarity, it gives you, you know, insight, it lets you, you know, keep track of, you know, what's going on. The good thing about Google Calendar, again, it syncs to your computer, it syncs to your phone, and it syncs across any device that you sign in on Google. So if your wife is doing your record keeping, or you're answering the phone, or your husband, or whatever, you know, it tells, everybody could see, or you have multiple technicians, everybody could see what's going on, as long as they sign in, and, you know, they have the app downloaded on whatever device they have. So for keeping track of your time, keeping track of appointments, adding notes, and all of that, Google Calendar. That's the number 4 app. Okay, so far we have Google Docs, you know, spreadsheet, Word, Excel, all of that. Google Maps, the driving, you know, no Garmin, no expensive GPS. You have Google Calendar. You have Google Voice. And I feel like I'm missing one more. Let me do this in my head, guys. Sorry for the quality. This isn't professional by no means, but this is to help the little guy. Let's see. Maps, Voice, Docs, Sheets, and Voice. Yeah. No. I did that already. I don't remember. But that's pretty much it. Maybe it's 4 I gave you. Sorry. As you see, fixing appliances is my thing, not making YouTube videos. But I'll tell you this. If you're starting a business, you have to, this is a whole nother video that I should do, but let me give it to you while I got you now. Put your business on Google My Business. Download that app, okay? It's called Google My Business. You see, the thing with that is that it will create a business profile for you on Google. For example, if you type in washer, dryer, or refrigerator, or whatever appliance you work on, right? If you type that in, the way Google is set up, the first 2 or 3 will be ads. You know, those are the people that pay. And if you're just starting out, you might not have money for ads. Under that, you'll see the map. And under the map, it'll show you like 3 highlighted companies. But those companies all have a Google My Business map. You know, they've registered their business on Google My Business. You have to get that, okay? You input all your information, you input your times, you input your phone numbers, the services you offer, and you got to make them all consistent across every data search or web data place. Like, for example, if you put your business on Yelp, make sure that the Google My Business information matches to the T the Yelp information. Or if you put it on Yellow Pages, or whatever you put your business, or you list your business, make sure that you put everything that matches across the same on all the different websites, because Google will hit you for that. So get you a Google My Business, put photos, you know, and don't be cheesy. You know, don't go on Google Images and put a picture of some Yahoo and Lord knows where doing his line of work, and you're stealing his photo to put it on yours. Be original. You know, if you don't have any photos, stand by your oven, get a screwdriver, put it next to the oven, and get on a knee and put on your best smile and your uniform, and there you go. That's an appliance repair picture. Or go by your washer, take off the cover or something. Do something, but be original. People want to see who they're letting in their homes. Smile, be receptive. Don't throw on a killer face, or don't seem like you're pissed off at the world. And make your content very clear, your hours of operation, the more information, the better. Don't skim on anything. If you don't have the time to do it, then don't do it. Like, see, me, I don't have the time to make this video. That's why the quality on it is as crappy as it gets. But the content is key. I wouldn't play these games with my Google My Business. I would take time off and make sure everything is done to the T. So, just to recap it one more time, Google My Business, number 1. Google Voice, number 2. Google Docs, number 3. Google Voice, number 4. Google Calendar. That's the 5, all right? There goes your 5. Get those 5 apps. They're all free. They don't cost you anything. And listen, if you don't have a website, right? When I first started, I used GoDaddy. They're all right. But if you don't have a website, Google has a website builder. Very rinky thing, very cheap, very in and out. It's nothing elaborate. You can't put like photo. It's very simple. But at least it gives you a presence. It gives you the look and feel of a business. Now, you can always expand, and you can always buy the fancier stuff, and you can always get more, bang for your buck. But just to start, again, this is just to start. Maybe you have a 9 to 5 and you want to do this on the side, and you just don't have the supplemental income to invest all this money in these big companies for 5 different things. You understand? So that's that for now. Probably my next video, I want to talk about some must-have apps to run your business. Like, I use an application that I do all of my invoicing from, and it's free. And it creates a database, it creates their information, and it creates, it keeps track of all that I've done, estimates, invoices, and it's done for free. And you always want to keep your customers' information, because later on down the line, when you grow and when you expand, and you've been in business for a couple of years, you want to maybe create a newsletter so that your customers don't forget about you, and perhaps write a blog or offer a promotion or a special that you got going on. You want to be able to get all your customers' emails or their addresses and send them postcards. Maybe during the holidays you want to send them a happy Christmas, whatever. The more information, the better. But all of these applications that I'm giving you are all for free. They don't cost you anything. If you're on a budget, this is the video for you. And for now, guys, that's all I have. If I wrecked this video and said something incorrectly or whatever, leave me a comment. Be nice, guys. I come in peace. I don't want no problems. I'm doing this for the little guy. And leave me your information, or you can email me personally if you don't want to put it public. Go to www.tmm, that's Tango Mike Mike, TMM Appliance Repair FL.US. Okay, so send me an email there. For the more seasoned guys, I'm not older, but the guys that maybe aren't as tech savvy as the younger guys, I was thinking about doing a video on how to actually navigate and work all of this stuff. That's just really gonna be in detail, and that might take a little while, because you really gotta cover like all the nuances for each one of these applications. But if you need me to do it, send me an email. If I get enough people asking for it, I'll definitely go ahead and compose one, and we'll make it work. Well, for now, guys, that's all I have. Hope you're having a great day, and wish you all well. Take care.